help us order.
Honorable colleagues, I've examined and approved the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 11th November 2025. We have a communication from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With your kind permission, I will read the message. Is that right, Honorable Speaker? Transmission of the National Cocoa Management Board Establishment Bill 2025 for consideration. Pursuant to Section 58, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I'm pleased to forward for the kind consideration by the House of Representatives the National Cocoa Management Board Establishment Bill 2025. Right, Honorable Speaker, the bill seeks to establish a National Cocoa Management Board to regulate, promote, and harmonize cocoa-related activities across the country and for other connected purposes. The establishment of the board will enhance effective coordination of the cocoa value chain, improve standards, and strengthen Nigeria's participation in the global cocoa economy. While I trust that the House will consider the legislation of the bill in an expeditious manner, please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest regard. Yours sincerely, signed, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Honorable colleagues, we have in our midst today Law Student Association of Nigeria, Yagu chapter. They're here to observe our plenary. Are they around? Those students? Can we please appreciate their presence, please? You may sit down, please. We also have students coming from Baba Ahmed University, Kano, Department of International Relations. Are the students around? Please stand up for recognition. Can we appreciate them, please? They are most welcome. You may sit down, please. Honorable colleagues, I'm happy to announce that today, being the 12th of November 2025, coincides with the birthday of two of our members. The first is Honorable Uguru Emmanuel, member representing Abakaliki Easy Federal Constituency of Ebonyi State. We also have Honorable Olawande George, member representing Amu Odofin Federal Constituency of Lagos State. Are the two members around? They are not. So on behalf of the House, we are wishing all of you happy birthday. We enjoy members to please meet and celebrate with them after plenary. Congratulations. We have an announcement coming from Honorable Dr. Billy T. Osauru, member representing Orihom Omuode Federal Constituency of Edo State. And his announcement is a respect of a congratulation to the Executive Governor of Edo State on his 1 year in office. His message reads as follows: on behalf of my family and the good people of my constituency, I, Chief Billy Famous Adeshua Osauru, the proud Benin Chief, wishes to extend our warmest congratulations to His Excellency Senator Monde Opebolo, the Executive Governor of Edo State, on the momentous occasion of his first year in office. Over the past year, His Excellency has demonstrated exemplary leadership, unwavering commitment to good governance, and a deep sense of duty towards the progress and development of Edo State. His achievement in infrastructure, education, healthcare, security, and economic development stand as clear testimony to his vision for a greater Edo. We therefore join the government and good people of Edo State in celebrating this milestone and praying for continued wisdom, strength, and success for His Excellency in the years ahead. Once more, I say congratulations to you, Your Excellency. Signed, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy F. Adeshua Osauru. We have also a notification in respect of meeting of the Northeast National Assembly Caucus, and the message is coming from Senator Mohammed Anjuma Goje, Senator representing Gombe Central Senatorial District. And his message reads as follows: this is to inform all National Assembly members from the Northeast, distinguished senators and honorable members, that there will be a meeting of the caucus as follows. Date, Thursday, 13th November 2025, venue, meeting room 221, New Senate Wing, time 3 p.m. Signed, Senator Mohammed Anjuma Goje, announcer. Honorable colleagues, you may recall that we passed a motion concerning flood management and response, and as a result, we agreed to constitute an ad hoc committee to look into that matter. It is my pleasure to announce the membership of this ad hoc committee. We have Honorable Midala Usman Balami as the chairman. We have Honorable Adamu Sani as deputy chairman. We have members as follows: Honorable Emeka Idu Godwin, Honorable Austin Asema Achado, Honorable Bukar Talba, Honorable Mukhtar Muhammad, Honorable Suleiman Hayari Chifa, Honorable Dati Yusuf Umar, Honorable Mudashiru Lukman Alani, Honorable Yakubu San Alhaji, Honorable Lilian Orobu Obiageli, Honorable Mo Chuku Gozi Nwachuku, Honorable Olabinji Benjamin Adeyemi, Honorable Leku Jafaru Gambo, Honorable Namchi Paul Sonde, Honorable Ofiano Godwin Epo, and lastly, Honorable Jonathan Okodiko. Honorable colleagues, I have a letter coming from my dear brother and colleague, Honorable Daniel Amos, member representing Jama'a Sangha Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, and also the Chairman Committee on House Services. He has a very important message for you, and I want the minority leadership to be very attentive. Honorable Joe, you are distracting the minority leader. This message is very important to him. Please pay attention, Joe. It is also for your own good. House good and yours as well. So the message is a respect of notice of resignation from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. He said, I write to formally notify you, Mr. Speaker, and my honorable colleagues in the House of Representatives of my decision to resign my membership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. This decision, though carefully considered, was not easy. Over the years, I have invested my utmost commitment and loyalty to the ideals of the PDP, which provided a valuable platform to serve my people, contribute to national discourse, and participate meaningfully in democratic governance. For this, I remain sincerely grateful. However, every political journey must submit to honest introspection. It has become evident that the recurring crisis and unresolved contradictions within the PDP, particularly at the national level, have weakened its cohesion and ability to express the collective vision needed for Nigeria's progress. The party I once knew as a beacon of unity and purpose has, regrettably, been weighed down by its own inertia. As a servant of the people, I have chosen to realign my path with a platform that better reflects the evolving aspiration of my constituents in Jama'a/Sangha Federal Constituency and the imperatives of our time. I am particularly drawn to the pragmatic, people-centered leadership of His Excellency Senator Obasani, Governor of Kaduna State, whose governance embodies inclusivity, innovation, and genuine commitment to development. At the national level, I'm equally inspired by the bold, reform-oriented leadership of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose policies signal a deliberate effort to reposition our nation on the path of stability and sustainable growth. I'm also deeply impressed by my big brother and leader, the Honorable Speaker, whose exemplary leadership of the 10th Assembly has strengthened legislative collaboration, enhanced transparency, and accountability, and left an enduring impact on Kaduna State and the nation at large. Your dedication to fostering unity, promoting effective governance, and advancing legislative reforms has been a source of inspiration to me and to many of my colleagues. Thank you, the People's Speaker. After extensive consultations with my constituents and political associates, I'm convinced that it is in the best interest of my people to align with the government at both state and federal levels for effective collaboration, better representation, and accelerated developments. Consequently, I have decided to formally join the All Progressive Congress, APC, where I believe my vision for responsible governance and community development can find fuller expression. I deeply appreciate the leadership of the House, my colleagues across party lines, and the entire National Assembly for their continued fellowship and dedication to the service of our great country. Please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest regards. Sincerely signed, Honorable Amos Daniel, member representing Jama'a Sangha Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. Congratulations, my brother, and welcome to the big family, the big party, the most visionary party in Africa, which I'm sure even my dear brother from Sokoto will accept is the party of today and the party of tomorrow. Please, before you proceed, just stand by and accept his handshake. Accept his handshake as a colleague, and also that of the minority leader. Honorable Boss Solomon, please shake him on behalf of the leader. Bakanoni. Honorable colleagues, it is my pleasure once more to announce the election of Honorable Busayo Oluole Oke as Regional Coordinator of the African Parliamentary Network on Illicit Financial Flows and Taxation. This is to announce to the House of the election of Honorable Oluole Oke as the Regional Coordinator of the African Parliamentary Network on Illicit Financial Flows and Taxation. The House of Representatives is hereby congratulating him on this honor and assures him of our full support and fulfill the role bestowed on him. Honorable Oluole, if you are around, please accept our best wishes and congratulations. Wish you all the best. Honorable colleagues, any member with petition? Honorable Dabai.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Abdullahi Balarabe Dabai. I represent Bakure Danja Federal Constituency of Katsina State. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have a petition from Taman Engineering Limited, signed by one Alison Okoro, a receipt of NNPC Pension Fund Limited. They want the Pension Fund Limited to be investigated for injustice, financial mismanagement, non-payment of entitlements, and gross negligence currently being perpetrated by the manager of NNPC Pension Fund. I seek the permission of the House and the leave of the House and the permission of Mr. Speaker to lay this petition on.
Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Any more petitions? Honorable Ikenga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, even though I'm very sad with the way members of our party is joining your own party. So sad, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my name is Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere. I represent the good people of Idato North, Idato South Federal Constituency. I'm from Imo State. I have two petitions. One is a petition from the African Center for Defense of Justice and Judicial Process, a petition against the attack on the Nigerian judicial sovereignty by United States Kingdom National Crime Agency, NCA, and Crime Prosecution Service, CPS, with the continued wrongful and malicious inclusion of the name of Africa billionaire businessman, Mr. Benedict Peters, in the indictment charge against Mrs. Diziani, despite Mr. Benedict Peters being cleared of all wrongdoings by Nigerian and UK courts, and an urgent legislative action to preserve and respect the Nigerian judicial pronouncement. Second one, Mr. Speaker, is a petition from Ohanes and Igbo Youth Council. Council is crying and pleading for the House intervention with this petition against the appointment of Sophia Mbakwe as Executive Vice President, Business Services of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to represent the Southeast. They are seeking the intervention of the House in addressing the anomaly in the composition of the management team of the state-owned oil company. They are calling for the removal of Sophia Mbakwe, who they said is not an Igbo woman from the management team, as is from Edo State. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, I will proceed to lead the petition. Thank you.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? Honorable Sesi?
Thank you, my Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Sesi Oluwaseun Wingan, and I represent the people of Badagry Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to lay before this Honorable House a petition from residents and community leaders and members of Igbogbele village and adjoining communities in the Owode-Apa axis of Badagry Federal Constituency, Lagos. Mr. Speaker, this petition, which bears about 100 signatures, concerns a tragic incident that occurred on Friday, the 17th November 2025, in which officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service allegedly opened fire within a residential area, resulting in the shooting of one Mrs. Unsu Elizabeth and causing the injury of several other innocent residents. With the leave of the House, I seek to lay this petition.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? Honorable Ayuba.
Thank you, our amiable speaker, the young self of our time. Abdul Ghani Adele Ayuba is my name. I speak for and on behalf of Alimosho Federal Constituency. Like I always emphasize, the most populated federal constituency in Nigeria. Sir Speaker, I'm from Lagos State, the economic heartbeat of the nation. I rise this morning to present a petition from a CD, that's a Community Development Association, on the issue of diversion of roads, the perceived abuse of power by people in authority by diverting road construction project within the estate, that's Shagari Estate, to suit personal interests rather than the interests of the greater number of the residents of the Shagari Estate in the Monson-Kola SCD of Alimosho Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, the members of this community, regardless, they developed this, the direction has created a whole lot of tension within the community and the youth. If this House refuses to come to their aid, they are ready to go berserk, and the constituency is better in my Mr. Speaker. So it is against the Minister of Federal Housing Authority, Federal Housing and Urban Development, the Director and HO of Urban and Regional Development, Federal Minister of Housing and Urban Development, and the Federal Controller, Urban and Regional Development, Federal Minister of Housing and Development, and the Director of Ashwaju Fenshaw, which is the Director in charge of that contract. His name is Mr. Frank. Mr. Speaker, I crave the indulgence of the House to present this petition on behalf of the Federal Housing Estate, that Shagari Estate in Monson-Kola SCD, Lagos State. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
Please go ahead and lay your report. Any more petitions, please? Honorable, okay? Nothing for us today. The House will be very disappointed with you.
I'm here.
So when are we going to hear from you? Tuesday.
Speaker,
May God take us.
I have a petition.
Who is that? Yes, Honorable, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Victor Abang. I represent the people of Ikom and Boki, Cross River State. This petition is from Lexis Mavericks Attorney. It's on behalf of my constituent, Fred Odap Kajang Odap. The subject is urgent petition for legislative intervention against international commercial fraud perpetrated on a Nigerian citizen by Mr. Angelo Regela of Gomez and Gomez, South Africa, from Guinea-Bissau. I will seek your leave to lay this petition.
Are you done?
Yes.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? All petitions are referred to the Committee on Public Petitions for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, we have a motion coming from Honorable Mohammed Saidu Bargaja. He feels that the matter contained in the motion is urgent for your kind attention today. If Saidu Bargaja is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Respectful Honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Bargaja Mohammed, representing Isad and Simon Prayer constituency. I am from Sokoto State. I read to bring the motion under the matter of urgent public importance, Fashion 52, Order 8, Rule 5. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Honorable Fagi.
Second. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Barrister Muhammad Bello Shehu, representing the people of Fagi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the first leg of this motion, ably moved by my brother, Honorable Bargaja. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Second leg of the motion, any seconder? Honorable Ajili Soro.
Thank you, His Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, my leaders and fellow colleagues. My name is Honorable Taufik Abimbola Ajile Soro, and I represent the good people of Ife Federal Constituency in Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I'm from the source. I rise to second the second leg of the motions that the matter is urgent enough for us to take now. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Honorable Saidu, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As usual, my respectful honorable colleagues, urgent to recruit the victims of mass killing, looting, and displacement due to banditry attack in Isa and Samar constituency of Sokoto State. Note, with regret dismay, the widespread of military attack resulting to mass killing, looting, displacement of over 5,000 with over 100 people in captivity in the last 1 month in Isa and Samar constituency of Sokoto State. Disturbed that from 6 to 8 November 2025 alone, 24 people were killed, while 41 were kidnapped in the following villages: Kurawa, Adamawa, Isa, Bargaja, Benzanke, and Urarmota and Tuze, in the same federal constituency of Sokoto within the period of 3 days. Regret that safety and the comfort of the affected by that attack will continue to be in danger if urgent action is not being taken to provide the security and the relief materials for their survival, which is presently threatened by a lack of food, shelter, and means of livelihood. Resolve, urge the House to mandate the Chief of Defense Staff to deploy more security personnel to enhance the security situation in the constituency. 2, mandate the Inspector General of Police, Director DSS, to deploy more security personnel to address the situation. Number 3, direct NEMA, National Refugees Commission, to assist the affected family with the food and not for items for their survival. 4, observe a minute silence in the honor of the deceased. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Oga.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I rise this morning to second the motion, moved by my Deputy Chairman. It is very urgent to be heard. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Defense, Police, Disaster Management and Preparedness for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, shall we rise for a minute silence? May their soul rest in peace. Honorable colleagues, the next motion is coming from Right Honorable Evan David Agada Ogeu, member representing Oju Obi Federal Constituency of Benue State. Honorable David, please can you rise and move your motion?
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogeu David Agada, member representing Oju Obi Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State, the food basket of the nation, and a proud Igede song. I rise this morning to move a motion of matter of urgent public importance to urge the need for intervention and condemnation, investigation and prosecution of the killers of 2 of my constituents in Lagos State. I so move, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Dennis.
Thank you, Right Honorable the Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Honorable Dennis Nnamdi Agbo. I represent the highly enterprising people of Igboeze North Udenu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Enugu State. I rise to second the motion assembly moved by my distinguished colleague that this matter is urgent and important and should be heard now. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, any seconder? Honorable Uduak.
Thank you, our working speaker. I am Honorable Uduak Alfonso Sodudo. I represent the people of Ikotabasi, Patenin and Eastern Obolo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I rise this moment to second that motion, and I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable, you have the floor. Honorable David.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I still remain Ogeu David Agada, member representing Oju Obi Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State, the food basket of the nation, and a proud Igede song, representing the 3rd major tribe in Benue State. I rise this morning to move a motion on matter of urgent public importance, on urgent need for intervention, condemnation, investigation, and prosecution of the killers of 2 of my constituents in Lagos State. The House notes that Section 33, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, guarantee the right to life. It states that no person shall be intentionally deprived of life except in the execution of a court sentence for a criminal offense. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise to draw the attention of this esteemed House to the recent gruesome killing of two of my innocent constituents on the 7th and on the 9th of September 2025 in Lagos State, without any legal justification, which has sent a shockwave throughout the nation. Also recall that on the 7th day of November 2025, my constituent by name Solomon Ogbaji of Anyoga, Iyakom, Oho, Oboru of Oju local government area of Benue State was gruesomely killed at Eko Atlantic, Lagos State. 3 days later, being the 9th day of November 2025, Juliet Ochim was also murdered at United Estate, Shangoto, Aja, Lagos State. Further note that the aforementioned deceased constituents were law-abiding citizens of this country until their gruesome and merciless killing in a cold blood by the hoodlums in Lagos State. Worried that the reckless and gruesome killing of this innocent Nigerian is becoming worrisome, and if nothing is done urgently by this House, the law enforcement agencies, the situation will further send bad omen. Concerned that the families and dependents of disease are in pains as a result of the loss of their breadwinners, thereby having their source of livelihood cut short. The House therefore resolved to observe a minute silence for those who lost their lives. 2, condemn this heinous act and express our deepest condolence to the families affected. 3, mandate the Inspector General of Police, Director General of Department of State Services, and other relevant law enforcement agencies to take immediate action to enhance security measures and ensure the safety of all citizens, as well as carried out thorough investigation into this killing, with a commitment to bring the perpetrators to justice. Mandate the Committee on Police Affairs to ensure compliance in the investigation and prosecution of perpetrators of this heinous act. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, thank you.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Taura.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Saad Wada Taura, representing Ringim and Torpedo constituency from Jigawa State. I rise to second the motion heavily raised by Honorable Agada. I so second, sir. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Police Affairs for further legislative action. Shall we rise for a minute silence, please? May their soul rest in peace. Honorable colleagues, the last but not the least is a motion coming from Rep. Okechinda. If Rep. Chinda is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But before you do that, please try to appreciate our newest member so that your motion will be generally accepted. I don't want anyone to oppose it.
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me remind him the decision of the court in Gumi's case as an advice.
I thought it's coming too little, too late.
My dear colleagues, thank you for yielding the floor to me. I stand under Order 8, Rule 5 of the House Rules, and under Sections 88 and 89 of the Constitution, which enjoins us to ensure that we protect not just public property, but wastage of government resources. And you agree with me that the rate at which we see abandoned properties, particularly buildings littered all over the country, is alarming. As at the last count, there are worth over 20 trillion naira of wastage. And as part of our functions under the said sections 88 and 89 of the Constitution, we ought to avoid such wastage. I will plead with you to see this as a matter that is urgent and very important to us as a nation to be considered by this Parliament. I so move.
Honorable Rotimi, you want to second the first leg?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Akitunde Rotimi Jr. I represent the good people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency comprising Ikole and Oyo local governments. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the minority leader. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Second leg of the motion. Any seconder. Honorable Jallo.
Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, sir. I'm Hussaini Mohammed Jallo, representing the Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. I hereby second the second leg of the motion. I believe my colleague I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Chinda, you have the floor.
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I appreciate you very deeply for the opportunity. The motion is on the urgent need for action on federal government abandoned landed properties and buildings in Nigeria. The House notes that the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, as at 23rd August 2021, came up with a large quantum of about 11,866 abandoned landed properties and buildings by the federal government across the nation, and that this has resulted into colossal waste of resources worth over 20 trillion naira. The House further notes that about 63% of the federal government landed properties and buildings and projects since the nation attained independence has been abandoned without completion, and many abandoned for one reason or the other. The House is also called to note further that some of the major federal government landed properties and buildings that have been abandoned include, but not limited to, the following: Federal Secretariat Building Complex in Ikoyi, Lagos; Nigerian International Hotel Building, Suleja, Niger State; Millennium Building, Towa, Abuja; NIPOS Headquarter Building, Abuja; FIRS Headquarter Building, Abia State; National Library Building, Abuja; Nigerian Newsprint Manufacturing Company Building, Kaduna; Kaduna Textile Building; Nigerian Aluminium Smelting Company, Delta State; NIPOST Office Building, Lagos; Agro Livestock Building, Ogun State; Livestock Multiplication Building Center, Adamawa State; Livestock Building Milk Processing Center, Taraba State, etc., etc., etc. The House is worried that since the year 2000, when the Presidential Implementation Committee, PIC, under President Olusegun Obasanjo administration was set up, the official report of the committee has not been submitted up till date. This can jeopardize the accuracy and accountability of the said PIC reports. Cognizance of the fact that several years after majority of these landed properties and building foundations were laid, by now, market inflation and engineering design would have been affected. Hence, the federal government can rescue some of the landed properties and building and projects through private-public partnership to avoid continuous wastage and weakening of the structures and loss of value. The House is most humbly urged to set up a special ad hoc committee of the House to review the PIC report conducted in year 2000, as well as verify reports of other properties abandoned since year 2000 in order to identify the state of these properties and report infractions, determine and make recommendations for final resolution on the government abandoned landed property and buildings, and report back to the House within 6 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder?
Amendment.
Amendment?
Amendment.
Okay, but let's get a seconder first.
Okay.
Any seconder? Honorable Fatima.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Fatima Talba, representing Nigeria Potiskum. I'm from Yobe State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this very important motion moved by my colleague, and I so second. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Jah, you have the floor.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I actually want to comment the mover of the motion first. But I want to amend the prayers of the motion that a special committee should be assigned to do this job. Mr. Speaker, in your own wisdom and the wisdom of this House, you have created a committee that is charged with the responsibility of public assets and is being manned, chaired, and managed by a ranking member, Right Honorable Kui.
Honorable Jaha, I want to inform you that before this I raised the same issue.
Yes.
And Honorable Kui came and informed me that he has no objection to this prayer of an ad hoc committee of which is going to be
but
a member.
our rules is our rules. Even if I will be the last person standing.
Committees
Mr. Speaker,
hold on. There is no any ad hoc committee that we said that does not have a standing committee that should have primarily. But we look at the nature and the importance. And he was well consulted and he gave his blessing. To the best of my knowledge, Honorable Kuye blessed it. He told me himself that he has no objection to an ad hoc committee because of the sensitivity and the importance of this assignment.
It's okay, Mr. Speaker, I cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. So, since he has already conceded his own responsibility, there is no way I can. I hereby step to my amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more amendments? No? Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to a committee to be constituted in due course. Honorable members, the first business of the day is presentation of 30 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. National Mines Rangers Establishment.
No, Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Point of order?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Order A, Rule 6, personal explanation.
Please go ahead. Can't see the person speaking. Okay, Honorable Ifeanyi.
Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, my name is Honorable Ambassador Peter Ifeanyi Uzokwe. I speak for the good people of Nnewi North, the Japanese capital of Nigeria, Nnewi South, and the Ekusigo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, thank you for yielding the floor. I want to first of all commend INEC. As all of you knew that we just came out of election on Saturday, and I want to commend the INEC for a very good job done in Anambra State, and also to congratulate our governor, His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo, for emerging as the governor-elect on that election, and we hope that we will continue with the good work. Mr. Speaker, on the second leg, I want us to compel INEC, because most of the time you hear low turnout in our elections. Juxtapose the people registering for new registration and dead people in our register. When you juxtapose the two together, we have many people registering, but we have not weeded off our register of dead people.
I can tell you authoritatively that my mom died in 2013, and she has been continuously counted as collected PVC. So when you look at that, you will see in Anambra State that we have 2-point-something million registered voters, while we have huge turnout for that election, yet it was adjourned low turnout. So I want us to compel the new INEC chairman to do something about our voters register. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable. If their personal explanation is well noted. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. National Mines Rangers Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Inland Fisheries Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Public Enterprises Privatization and Commercialization Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Cannabis Medical Industrial and Control Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the second business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management on the borrowing plan program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded 2025 budget deficit gap standing in the name of Honorable Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba. Honorable members recall that the request was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 5th November 2025. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Nalaraba is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My highly respected colleagues, Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba, OON Sadaukin Lafia. I represent the good people of Awedo Makana Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Nasarawa State. That the House do receive the report on Committee on AIDS, Loans, Debt Management on the request for the approval of the total sum of 1,150 billion naira only, being the borrowing plan program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded 2025 budget deficit gap. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Please, can you rise and second?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Architect Larry Okwola. I represent Plenary 12th Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. Thank you. I so second that this should be considered. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Nalaraba, please can you proceed and lay your report. The third business of the day is presentation of 5 reports of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions, standing in the name of Honorable Abiodun Isiak Akilade. Honorable Akilade is invited to present the report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. I am Akinlade Abiodun Isiak, representing good people of Yewa South, Ipokia Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ogun State. I rise to move that the House do receive 5 reports of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on bills for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Cap A12 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, HB 1798, HB 1172, HB 365, HB 1375, and HB 1192. I do move, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around, please?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues. I am Salman Idris. I represent Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the motion ably moved by my chairman on the presentation of these reports. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Akilade, please can you proceed and lay your reports. The fourth business of the day is presentation of 2 reports of the Committee on Health Institutions, standing in the name of Honorable Patrick Umo. Honorable Umo is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Dr. Patrick Umo. I represent the entire people of Ikore-Kwene, Esienudum, Oberokara Federal Constituency. The Speaker, esteemed colleagues, I rise that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to upgrade General Hospital OB to Federal Medical Center OB, Benue State, and for related matters. Again, that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ihe Biwere, Imo State, and for related matters. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around, please? The Deputy Committee Chairman, not any member of the committee? Any member of the committee? Honorable Miga, are you raising your hands? Who is he showing? Okay, please, can you raise and move, and second, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, my name is Honorable Joseph Mwabasi, representing Azanot, Ishelu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my chairman. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Patrick, can you please proceed and lay your report? The fifth business of the day is a presentation of report of the Committee on Justice on a bill for an act to provide for the enactment of Child Online Access Protection Bill and other issues of online violence against the Nigerian child and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Olumide Babatunde Oshoba. Honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Thursday, 24th December 2023. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Oshoba is invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, I remain Olumide Oshoba, representing Abeokuta North, Obafemi Ode, and Odeda Federal Constituency. I do rise that the House receive a report from the Committee on Justice on the bill that the House do receive a report, Committee on Justice on a bill for an act to provide for the enactment of the Child Online Access Protection Bill and other issues of online violence against the Nigerian child, and for related matters, HB 244. I so move.
Is the Deputy Chairman around? Deputy Chairman of the committee? No? Honorable Rotimi, you can second.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this privilege a second time. My name is Akitune Rotimi Jr., and I represent the people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency, comprising Ikole and Oye local governments. It's my honor to second this very important bill, HB 244, which would have very great ramifications for our children. So, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the bill, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Shoba, please proceed and lay your report. The sixth business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on Digital and Information Technology on a bill for an act to provide legal frameworks for the enhancement and growth of digital governance in Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Adediji Stanley Olajide. Honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Thursday, 22nd July 2025. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Olajide is invited to present the report.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I stand to represent my chairman, Honorable Stanley Olajide. I rise to move that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Digital and Information Technology on a bill for an act to provide legal frameworks for the enhancement and growth of digital governance in Nigeria and for related matters. I so move.
Any member of the committee around? Any member? Honorable Isiaka.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Abiodun Isaac Akinlade is my name, representing the group of Yowa South, Ekpokia Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ogun State. I rise to second the motion for the laying of the report of the Committee on ICT and Digital. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Rais, please proceed and lay the report. The first order of the day, honorable colleagues, is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish the National Eye Center, or CHADAMU, to take over staff, assets, and liabilities of the Holy Memorial Hospital, or CHADAMU, Kogi State, for the prevention and cure of eye defects and diseases, and to establish a board to govern the center's academic affairs and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Thursday, 25th June 2025. We have another bill from the Senate as, again, I think I will take them all at the same time. The second order of the day is the commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish the National Eye Center, Jimeta, Adamawa State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 15th October 2025. I now invite the House Leader to read to move for a second reading. The third order of the day I think those are the two from the Senate. So I invite the House Leader to move that the two bills be read for the second time.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Honorable Sada Soli, representing GBI Kaita Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm standing in for the House Leader. Mr. Speaker, I move that the SB 589 and SB 525 be read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The Minority Leader, please can you kindly second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I most humbly rise to second the motion for the second reading of the two bills. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk?
Okay. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish National Eye Center or Chadamu to take over staff, assets, and liabilities of the Holy Memorial Hospital of Chadamu, Kogi State, and for the prevention and cure of eye defects and diseases, and to establish a board to govern the center's academic affairs and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to establish National Eye Center, Jimeta, Adamawa State, and for related matters. Second reading.
The whole for further legislative action. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of the bill for the establishment of Federal Medical Center bills transmitted from the Senate for concurrence. There are, I think, several bills coming from the Senate, so I will take them all. The fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to create additional local government areas in Plateau State for related matters. Standing, are you sure? Honorable colleagues, my attention is drawn to the fact that the bills from the Senate, if you go through your order paper, are many. I will read them for your records. We have a Federal Medical Center, Hadija, Jigawa State, and for related matters. We have Federal Medical Center, Ibotako, Ondo State, and for related matters. We have Federal Medical Center, Kauranamoda, Zamfara State, and for related matters. We have Federal Medical Center, Ingala, Borno State, and for related matters. We have Federal Medical Center, Ole, Delta State, and for related matters. We have Federal Medical Center, Bajoga, Gombe State, and for related matters. So those are the bills from the Senate for third reading, so I invite the Leader of the House to move for the House to read them for the third time.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Sada Soli, representing GBI Kaita Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm standing in for the House Leader. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move the motion for the second reading of the following bills: SB 278, SB 518, SB 167, SB 146, SB 197, and SB 339. Mr. Speaker, I so move for the second reading of these bills.
The Minority Leader.
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion for the second reading of the 6 Senate bills SB 278, 518, 167, 146, 197, and 399. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 to establish Federal Medical Center, Hadeja, Jigawa State, and for related matters, second reading. Federal Medical Center, Igotako, Ondo State, and for related matters, second reading. Federal Medical Center, Kaura Namoda, Zamfara State, and for related matters, second reading. Federal Medical Center, Ingala, Borno State, and for related matters, second reading. Federal Medical Center, Ole, Delta State, and for related matters, second reading. Federal Medical Center, Bajoga, Gombe State, and for related matters, second reading.
To the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to create additional local government areas in Plateau State and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 30th October 2025. I now invite Honorable Say to move that the bill be read a second time. I can't see him around. I'm sure he's not in this chamber now. So with the kind leave of the House, we step down this bill. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 to provide for effective development and regulation of nuclear energy programs in Nigeria and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Victor Obuzo. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 12 March 2025. I now invite Honorable Victor to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I rise under Order 12, Rule 5.1, to move the motion that the bill for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 and for related matters, HB 2138, be read for the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Eko.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, respected colleagues. My name is Honorable Janfor Gamboleko, and I represent the very good people of Bogoro, Dastafa Balewa. So I rise this afternoon to second this very important motion that this bill be read the second time. I so second, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is it. Honorable Victor, please can you just give a highlight on the areas of amendment contained in this bill for members to make up their mind?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the bill seeks to provide effective development and the regulation of nuclear energy program in Nigeria. It seeks the utilization of small modular reactors in Nigeria as their potential as cost-effective, scalable, and flexible option, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the bill tends to amend Section 5.2 of the Principal Act by inserting certain clauses after the paragraph I, new paragraphs J to O, which states, J, to promote the development of nuclear energy for electricity generation in Nigeria, including the development of small modular reactors. K, to promote the oversight and regulatory role of the Nigerian
Nuclear Regulatory Authority in line with the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act, carry out research, development, and dissemination activities on nuclear energy. To identify, prepare, and facilitate the implementation of an approved roadmap for the nuclear power program in Nigeria. And M, to collaborate with the relevant government agencies to develop a comprehensive legal and regulatory framework for nuclear energy for electricity generation in Nigeria. And to identify appropriate sites in Nigeria for the construction of nuclear power plants and their related amenities. And finally, O, to enter into collaborative programs with other countries, international and national organizations in relation to nuclear energy research and development. It also intends to amend Section 232 of the Principal Act in the interpretation of the words energy sources by inserting the word coal. By inserting after the word coal, the words nuclear, hydro, solar, and other energy sources as may be approved by the ministry in charge of power from time to time. Mr. Speaker, these are the basic clauses to be, sections to be amended. Sections 5.2 and sections 232. If we
that's okay. That's okay. I think it's just to give members an idea of what the amendment is all about. Honorable colleagues, you have had areas of amendment on this bill. So with your kind permission, we'll go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill be allowed to go for second reading, say aye. Those against you say nay. That is of it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Electricity Act 2023 to provide for effective development and regulation of nuclear energy programs in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the committees on renewable energy and power for further legislative action. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Health and Dental Technology, Ifedore, Ondo State, as a training institution for the development and research of medical and dental technology and make comprehensive provisions for the management and administration of the college and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Festus Akimbaso. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 3rd July 2025. I now invite Honorable Festus to move that the bill be read a second time. Honorable Festus.
Right Honorable Speaker and my respected colleagues, my name is Honorable Akimbaso Festus Olariwaju, representing the good people of Idonri, Ifedore Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker and my colleagues, I move that a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Health and Dental Technology, Ifedore, Ondo State, HB 2429, be read the second time. I so move.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Emerogwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Excellency, honorable colleagues. My name remains Honorable Boniface Emerogwa. I represent the people of Ikwerema Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that the bill HB 2429 be read for the second time. I say second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable colleague, this is an establishment bill. We don't need to debate on it. It will be debated at the level of public hearing. So with your kind permission, we'll go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill be read for the second time, say aye. Those against, should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Health and Dental Technology, Ifedore, Ondo State, as a training institution for the development and research of medical and dental technology, and make comprehensive provisions for the management and administration of the college and for related matters. Second reading.
Honorable colleague, this bill is referred to the Committee on Health Institutions for further legislative action. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Institute to serve as a center for training, research, policy development, and strategic collaboration in the prevention, detection, and prosecution of economic and financial crimes in Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gadi. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 26 June 2025, and now invite Honorable Gadi to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yusuf Adamu Gadi is my name. I represent Panshinkanki Kanam Federal Constituency. I rise to move that a bill for an act to establish Economic and Financial Crime Commission Institute to serve as a center for training, research, policy development, and strategic collaboration in the prevention, detection, and prosecution of economic and financial crime in Nigeria and for other related matters be read for second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Jaha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But you are
colleagues.
just benefiting from this gesture because his twin brother is not here. He would have been the one to naturally second. Honorable Mikey.
I am equally a twin brother to Megadi, sir. So we are triplets. I'm a Jaha, Chibok Dambogo, the Federal Constituency. I rise in view of the performance of the current chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to second the motion ably moved by Right Honorable Yusuf Gadi for the bill to be read the second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This is an establishment bill based on tradition. We don't need to debate. Everything will be done at the level of public hearing. So with your kind permission, we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill be allowed to go for second reading, say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Institute, EFCCI, to serve as a center for training, research, policy development, and strategic collaboration in the prevention, detection, and prosecution of economic and financial crimes in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Financial Crimes for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is a motion on the need to investigate revenue leakages via diversion of containers meant for bonded terminals and warehouses, improper assessment of excise duties, overdue temporary importation, and unremitted collected custom duties and levies. Standing in the name of Honorable Hassan Shehu Hussein, Honorable Hussein is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Hassan Shehu Hussein. I represent the good people of Nasarawa Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion on the need to investigate revenue leakage via diversion of containers meant for bonded terminals, warehouses, improper assessment of excise duties, overdue temporary importation,
and unlimited collected customs duties / levies. The House notes that the creation of bonded terminals and fast-track warehouses was aimed at decongesting the ports and facilitating trade, thereby making the ports more user-friendly and boosting revenue for the federal government of Nigeria. Also notes that the activities of some unscrupulous bonded terminals, warehouses across the country are detrimental to the economy and pose a security threat to the nation. Worried that containers meant to be transferred from mother ports under the Nigeria Customs Service escorts with bond coverage for the value of the said containers are diverted before reaching their final destination. As the content of such containers are unknown and may contain dangerous drugs such as tramadol or arms and ammunition that could destroy the nation. Aware that it's the policy of the federal government of Nigeria to grant tax or excise duty holidays to newly established factories and industries, typically for a 3-year grace period for excise duties are collected. However, some of these factories and industries abuse these leges and continually evade paying excise duties, while in some cases, the collection of excise duties is done manually, leading to improper assessment and inadequate collection. Recognize that another source of substantial revenue loss to the Federation account is through temporal importation and arrangement that supports investors to bring in vessels, aircraft, and other major equipment for a specific period within paying custom duties. Provided a cash-back bond with banks for the duration applied for is deposited. Unfortunately, many organizations with temporal importation have exceeded their bond periods, and these bonds remain undischarged into the federal government account, resulting in unpaid duties. Concern that another cause of revenue losses is due to the overshooting of improper quotas for sugar and other essential commodities to supplement local production shortfalls, which were doubled without proper government approval. Additionally, the repeated recycling of these quotas has resulted in losses amounting to billions of naira that should have accrued into the Federation account. Resolve 2, urge the Comptroller General of Nigeria Customs Service to beam its searchlight on Nigeria Customs officers involved in transfers and escorting of containers on board through the use of technology to ensure every container's duty is collected and accounted for to its final destination. And
member, order please, order please.
Committee on Custom and Excise to investigate infractions on the diversion of containers and excise duties leakages, temporary importation, irregularities and misuse of quota on importation of essential commodities, and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Mohammed.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
But before you answer, okay, I want to know your relationship with Honorable Hassan Hussein. Are you also a custom agent?
It's very cordial, sir.
Eh?
It's very cordial relationship.
You are
sir.
not a custom agent?
This is the reason why.
Okay, so it's better
Your
for
Excellency,
clarity.
Mr. Speaker, my dear respected colleague, I am Honorable Mohammed N. Abbashehu, member representing Zaki Perel constituency from Bauchi State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this very important motion. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Customs and Excise for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is a motion calling on the Nigerian Export Processing Zone Authority, NEPZA, to establish a special agricultural processing and export zone in Kebbi State standing in the name of Honorable Ibrahim Mohammed. Mr. Mohammed has already approached me that this motion should be stepped down, so with your kind permission, we go ahead and step it down by the leave of the House. The next motion is, the 10th order of the day is a motion on the need to engage inmates in farming activities in the Nigerian correctional centers, standing in the name of Honorable Forosho Adebesan. Honorable Adebesan is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, I remain Honorable Engineer Joseph Folorunsho Adebesan, representing Ijebu North, Ijebu East, Ogun Waterside Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm from the Gateway State, Ogun State. I rise this afternoon to move a motion on the need to engage inmates in farming activities in the Nigerian correctional centers. The House knows that in most African countries, the average diet provided in correctional centers contributes to malnutrition among inmates to the extent that many courts in Africa have expressed concern over the frequency, quantity, and quality of food served in correctional centers, deeming it cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment. The House also knows that worldwide, approximately 11 million people are currently being held in correctional centers. In Nigeria, the total number of inmates in correctional centers across the country is 84,741, comprising 82,821 males and 1,920 females. The House are aware that correctional centers and other organizations around the world are creating and implementing sustainable food programs to bring better nutrition to incarcerated people. The House also aware that there are positive examples of how correctional centers have tried to deal with food insecurity in African countries. For instance, in 2017, a prison in Mozambique produced 1 ton of potatoes, which were used in the prison and shared with other prisons. Botswana, irrigation farming was introduced in 2025 to combat drought impact in prison farms and ensure consistent prison food production, focusing on sorghum, cowpeas, lab, and maize. In Tanzania in 2024, environmental friendly and cost-effective stoves designed to operate using alternative charcoal and minimum firewood were introduced in 126 prisons. In 2024, Mauritius introduced a fish processing plant at one of its prisons. Ghana Prison Service equips inmates with modern cultivation skills to create agricultural activities in Ghana's prisons and ensure that the standard of its prison systems are consistent with internationally recognized norms. And Namibia, hydroponic systems have been utilized to improve food security in a female prison. The House worried that inadequate access to sufficient food comprises the immune systems and leads to nutritional deficiencies, weight loss, and increased susceptibility to infectious diseases. The House also worried that the World Health Organization reports that food affects physical and mental health and is key to an inmate's successful rehabilitation and resettlement upon release. The House observed that food sustainability in correctional centers can help inmates receive nutritious food, learn about sustainable agricultural practices, and obtain vocational training experience that can help them integrate back into society. The House confirms that engaging inmates in farming will enhance food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture in Nigeria and beyond. The House resolves to urge the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and the Nigerian Correctional Service to articulate and implement policy measures to engage inmates in farming. Also to mandate the Committee on Interior and Reformatory Institutions to ensure compliance and report to House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any observation? Honorable Rotimi.
Right Honorable Speaker, Akitidoro Timi Jr., I represent the people of Ekiti North 1 federal constituency comprising Ikole and Oye local government. Mr. Speaker, I want to bring the attention of this honorable house to the fact that the Nigeria Correctional Services Act 2019, Section 12, Sub 1, actually provides for the establishment of farm centers, and currently there are over 20 farm centers. So I wanted to appeal to my honorable colleague. Perhaps he wants to amend the prayer in his motion, to take cognizance of the fact that there are correctional farm centers.
Is it to amend or to withdraw?
I beg your pardon, Mr. Speaker.
Is it to amend the prayers or to withdraw the motion?
Mr. Speaker, I might amend the
because
motion.
The whole entire motion is on creation of agricultural land.
Yes, but
so
Mr.
if
Speaker,
it is provided in the Act,
yes, it's provided
what
in
is
the
that
Act
to
already.
amend?
So if I may amend the motion, the prayer, then it would take cognizance of the fact that there are existing correctional farm centers, over 20 in Nigeria.
So
currently.
what are you now moving? For him to withdraw? You are not amending any prayer.
Mr. Speaker, I think I would to ask that he withdraws the motion to consult further on it, if he may.
Well, let's hear other comments. Kelechi, is that what you wanted to say? Pardon?
The Honourable Speaker, my aim was to second the motion, but since the Honourable colleague has asked for the withdrawal, so I don't think I'm ready to second.
Okay, let's hear from Honourable Jaha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I think the mover of the motion is right based on the prayers forwarded, particularly the first prayer. Urge the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and the Nigerian Correctional Service to articulate and implement policy measures which Akirotimi was trying to cite, policy measures to engage inmates in farming. So to me, it's apt and appropriate. It's just praying and urging these agencies to engage the existing policies, measures on ground for inmates to engage in farming activities. We are all aware, since when we were kids, they have their farm centers. They go to the farm center on daily basis, under serious security by the prison warders, and they come back in the evening. We are all aware as Nigerians. So the policy is there. What he is trying to say...
He is not talking about, Rotimi is not talking about policy, he is talking about an act of law. That it is already embedded in the act.
Yeah, but
he
the mover
quoted
of the
even
motion
the
is...
relevant provision. And if it is in the act, what are we talking about here?
The mover of the motion is just urging the Nigerian Correctional Service and the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to, as a matter of urgency, articulate and implement policy measures. In other words, the policies that are already existing for the benefit of inmates to go back to farm. Isn't it?
Okay, because I'm a little bit confused. Let's hear from a lawyer whether he has a divergent view on this issue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, my fellow colleagues. Oluwole Oke, Ijesha North, Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I've read the motion vis-a-vis the prayers and the presentation, submission of my brother, the Chairman House Committee on the, I'm the spokesperson for the House. Mr. Speaker, this policy existed. It is in place. Probably if the mover of the motion had evaluated the scheme, how it's being carried out, perhaps if there are lacunas, or if our reformatory institutions are not being funded properly to be able to carry out this exercise, then we may have a mischief to cure. But in the instant case, the policy existed. As a matter of fact, just like Honorable, my leader from Borno State, also observed, even as young children, we see this Nigerians who have committed one offense or the other and convicted, we see them with their uniform working on farm plantations. So it's an existing policy. But I will advise the move of the motion to probably engage reformatory institutions, probably have a brief from them if they have any problems regarding this policy. Thank you.
So what are you saying in a nutshell? That it is apt, or there is an issue with the motion the way it is crafted?
Sir, the way the motion is crafted, there's nothing to cure as at this stage, because the policy existed and it's being implemented. And even with annual budgeting, we make provision for this. Thank you.
I think the minority leader wants to also add his voice. Let's see how it is going to...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Mine is just to save the motion by causing an amendment. I agree with all the contentions, but I think that we can still save the motion if we amend prayer 1 to read, urge the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and the Nigerian Correctional Services to articulate and implement policy measures to maximize the engagement of inmates in farming. So that what we are saying is that, yes, inmates are engaged in farming.
I agree with you, because if you say to engage, there is already a policy for engagement, and there is even an enabling act that actually support the farming activities. Yeah. So
I so move that we add the word to maximize the engagement of inmates in farming. That is to improve what they are doing now. Thank you, sir.
Okay, any seconder to this amendment? Honorable Bello Erufai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Mohammed Bello El-Rufai. I represent the good people of Kaduna North. I'm from your state, sir, Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the amendment ably moved by the minority leader of the House by inserting the word maximize. Since it already exists, maximize means we could use the funding better to do this thing. I agree 100%. Thank you so much, sir.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Those is, did we get a seconder to the main motion? Honorable Kelechi.
The right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Kelechi Mugu. I'm from River State, the treasure base of the nation. And Mr. Speaker, I double as a Deputy Chairman on Agri Production. I'm from Nigeria, your country. I rise to second the motion moved by my colleague on the need to engage the inmates in farming activities in the Nigeria Correctional Center. I so move.
Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the committees on interior and reformatory institutions for further legislative action. The 11th order of the day is a motion on need to address the collapse of local rice farming and rice mill in Nigeria. Standing in the name of Honorable Mohammed Buba Jajeri, Honorable Jajeri is invited to move the motion. Is Honorable Jajeri on the floor?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You changed your seat
Mr. Speaker.
today.
I borrowed a seat, Mr. Speaker.
Oh.
From Kaduna. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Engineer Mohammed Buba Jajere. I represent the good people of Fika Fune, Federal Constituency. I'm from Yobe State, Mr. Speaker. I have a motion here that needs to address the collapse of local rice farming and rice mills in Nigeria. The House notes that the policies of late President Muhammadu Buhari, may Allah be pleased with him, have discouraged the importance of rice and increased large-scale farming, leading to establishment of rice mills across the country, thereby creating employment opportunities for millions of citizens, as well as improving the country's gross domestic product. Worried that the 180-day import duty waiver granted by the federal government to import husked brown rice and other food items has severely impacted local producers, thus leading to the reduction in the demand for local rice, leaving farmers also with unsold products and forcing rice mills across the country to shut down or scale back operations. Also worried that the unchecked smuggling of rice through porous borders has made legitimate operators uncompetitive, compromised food safety, and emboldened criminal activities. Disturbed that frequent changes in government policies have disrupted the agricultural production value chain, making it challenging for farmers to plan for the future. Concerned that if this is not addressed appropriately, the country may be losing billions of naira due to the closure of most of these rice mills, which will lead to many Nigerians losing their jobs. The House therefore resolves to mandate the Committee on Agricultural Production and Services to investigate the collapse of local rice farming and rice mills across the country and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Lukman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Mudashiru Lukman Alani, representing the good people of Iwo Ayedire Oluwa Federal Constituency. I rise this afternoon to second the motion ably moved by my colleagues. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Agricultural Protection and Services for further legislative action. The 12th order of the day is a motion on need to investigate the non-reporting and non-remittance of equity liquefied natural gas to NNPC Limited, standing in the name of Honorable Nnamdi Ezechi. Honorable Ezechi is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency. Nnamdi Ezechi is my name, and I represent Ndokwa Ukwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. I rise here this afternoon to move a motion on the urgent need to investigate the non-reporting and non-remittance of equity liquefied natural gas, LNG, to NNPC Limited. The House note that the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Limited was incorporated in 1989 as a joint venture between the NNPC Limited, Shell, Total Energy, Eni, with NNPC Limited holding the largest equity share of 49%. Also note that the NNPC LNG Limited was incorporated in 2012 in the Cayman Island as a subsidiary of NNPC Limited to manage the sales of liquefied natural gas limited on behalf of the group. Concerned that the financial transaction statement and operation of NNPC LNG Limited in the Caymans have not been transparently reported to either NNPC Limited or LNG, resulting in potential non-remittance of dividends, taxes, and other statutory payments due to federal government of Nigeria. Worried that a certain deduction are allegedly being made from LNG proceeds, including from the sales of liquefied natural gas known as equity LNG, without a formal notification, disclosure, or approval of the federal government, thereby raising serious concerns of financial improprieties and potential loss of national revenue. Resolved, mandate the Committee on Gas Resources to investigate the operations, financial reporting, and remittances
of NNPC LNG Limited with respect to NLNG and the report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, I so move.
Any seconder?
Thank you, yes, the Right Honorable Speaker of the 10th Assembly. My name is Right Honorable Bashir Zubair Usman. I represent Bindungwari Giwa Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. I'm from Kaduna State, Your Excellency, sir. Mr. Speaker, I beg to second this motion moved by my honorable colleague. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Gas Resources for further legislative action. The 13th order of the day is a motion on need to investigate the failure of oil and gas producing companies to release 3% of its annual operating expenditures to host communities and the refusal to incorporate host communities development trust fund under the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, standing in the name of Honorable Cyril Godwin. Honorable Godwin is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Cyril Godwin. I represent the fabulous people of Bonny, Degema Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Rivers State. I rise to move the motion on the need to investigate the failure of oil and gas producing companies to release amounts that are equal to 3% of their annual operating expenditures to host communities and their refusal to incorporate host communities development trust under the PIA 2021. The House is aware that in 2021, the PIA was enacted by the National Assembly to provide legal governance, regulatory and fiscal framework for the Nigerian petroleum industry, the development of host communities, and for related matters. Notes that Section 235, subsection 1 of the PIA makes it mandatory for every licensee or lessee or settler whose area of operations is located in or appurtenant to any community to incorporate the host community's development trust for the benefit of the host communities. Section 236 stipulates that the host communities shall be incorporated within 12 months from the effective date for an existing oil mining lease. Also notes that Section 240, subsection 2 of the Act provides that each settler shall make an annual contribution to the applicable host communities development trust fund of an amount equal to 3% of its actual annual operating expenditure of the preceding financial year in the upstream petroleum operations affecting the host communities for which the applicable host communities development trust was established. Worried that some oil companies violated the provisions of Section 236 of the PIA by failing to incorporate the host communities development trust in their areas of operation within the period stipulated in the Act, while others have bluntly refused to incorporate host community development trust as required by law, as at when due. Concerned that many oil companies failed to fund the host community development trust as incorporated and have not been able to pay the sums equal to 3% of the actual annual operating expenditures to the host communities trust funds in their areas of operations. Dismayed that failure to fund the various host community development trusts has seriously hampered the development of the host communities where the companies operate. Cognizance of the provision of Section 297, subsection 1 of the PIA, which makes a breach of the Act punishable with the payment of administrative penalties per day, and for continuous breach, and Section 234, which makes failure to incorporate a host community development trust a grant for revocation of a holder's license or lease. Thus resolves: 1. Mandate the Committee on Host Communities to investigate the failure of regulatory agencies to act decisively and oil companies to release amounts equal to 3% of their annual operating expenditures to host communities, and their refusal to incorporate host communities development trust under the PIA 2021 and report back to the House within 8 weeks. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Barrister.
Honorable Right Speaker, I am Honorable Barrister Rabi Yusuf, a member representing Somalia Take Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion be moved by my colleague, and I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Host Communities for further legislative action. The 14th order of the day is consideration of report on of the Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management, on a borrowing plan program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded 2025 budget deficit gap. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Wednesday, 12th November 2025. Honorable Abubakar Hassan Nalarabam will move for the consideration of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba, Sadaukin Lafia. I represent the good people of Awedo Makana Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I am from Nasarawa State. Mr. Speaker, that the House do consider the report of the Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management on the request for the approval of the total sum of 1,150 billion naira only, being the borrowing plan program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded 2025 budget deficit cap. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
The Deputy Chairman around? Please, can you second?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Architect Lanre Okola. I represent Surulere 2 Federal Constituency. I hereby second the motion, ably moved by my chairman. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Before we go to the next, let me, on behalf of the House, announce the composition of an ad hoc committee on federal government abandoned landed properties and buildings. This committee will have the following membership. Honorable Daniel Amos will be the chairman,
while Honorable Larry Omolewe Oladebo will be the deputy chairman. Members will be Honorable Godwin Ofion, Honorable Tijani O. Muhammad, Honorable Abiola Makinde, Honorable Rodney Ambayowe, Honorable Gali Mustafa, Honorable Ibrahim Bukar, Honorable Jafar Leko, Honorable Dr. Obed Paul Shehu, Honorable Felix Nwoke, Honorable Oike Joy, Honorable Ahmed Usman Jaha, Honorable Akani Clement, Barrister Mohammed Ibrahim, Honorable Rais Abdul Kadir. These are the members. House Leader, can you please kindly move that the House do resolve into the Committee of Supply?
Honorable Speaker, my name is Sada Soli, representing Jibia Kaita Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm standing in for the House Leader. Mr. Speaker, I move that the House resolve in the Committee of the Supply to consider the report on the Committee on Loans and Debts. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion as moved by House Leader Pro Tempore. So second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, the House has resolved into the Committee of the Supply. The DS will preside.
Honorable colleagues, the House is in Committee of Supply, and the first report to consider is that of the Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management. And there is only one recommendation. The committee recommends that the House of Representatives do approve the President's request to establish a 1,150 billion naira borrowing program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded deficit gap created by the increase in the budget size over and above the prior approved revenue and borrowing plan. Recommendation 1. Oh, Chairman, I think it's straightforward. We don't really need any synopsis on that. You want to say something?
No, Mr. Speaker, it's a straightforward consideration. It's a straightforward report, sir. So I don't think there's any synopsis or anything to say.
Thank you.
That is new. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So recommendation 1 carried. Please, Leader, move that we revert to plenary to report progress. Leader, please move. Leader, move that we revert to plenary to report progress.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Honorable Sada Soli, representing Jibia Kaita Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, I'm standing in for the House Leader. Mr. Chairman, I move that the House revert to committee to plenary and report progress. I so move.
Thank you, Leader. Minority Leader, second, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I second the motion as moved. So second.
Those in support of the motion that the House refer to plenary to report progress say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Most distinguished colleagues, the House is now in plenary, where the chairman from the Committee of Supply sits as the Speaker. Honorable colleagues, it is the chairman's report that the House in Committee of Supply consider the report of the Committee on Loans, on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management on the request for the approval of the total sum of 1,150 billion naira, only being the borrowing plan program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded 2025 budget deficit gap, and approve the recommendation of the report. Leader, please move that the report from the Committee of Supply becomes a working document of this Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the report of this committee becomes the working document of this House. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Minority Leader, support the adoption of the report from the Committee of Supply as a working document of this Parliament.
I rise to second the motion that the report be adopted as a working document of the Parliament. I so second.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, those in support that this report from the Committee of Supply becomes a working document of the Parliament, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. I think Nalarabai should stand and say thank you to the Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. Thank you for this enormous support given to this committee and given to this report for the quick passage, presentation, and consideration. I regard all of you and hold all of you in high esteem. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for making the report available on time as well. We appreciate your efficiency. Most distinguished colleagues, the 15th order of the day is consideration of 7 bills standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomvere, the leader. Honorable Sada, who is standing in his place, will move for their consideration. Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move that bills HB 2115, HB 05, HB 2177, HB 362, HB 105, SB 847, and HB 1038 I move that these bills be considered in the Committee of the Whole, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion. I so second.
Those in support that these bills be considered, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please move that the House do resolve into the Committee of the Whole to consider these bills.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House do resolve in the Committee of the Whole to consider these bills. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader. Minority Leader, please second that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I stand to second the motion that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Those in support that the House resolve into Committee of the Whole to consider these 7 quick bills, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into the Committee of the Whole. Honorable colleagues, the House is now in Committee of the Whole, where the Speaker sits as the Chairman of the Committee of the Whole. We will not be long here because these are Senate bills. We'll just go straight to them, and most of them are establishment bills as well. So the first bill to be considered is for an act to establish Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Zaria, Kaduna, and to provide training and research in general nursing, midwifery, and other specialties of nursing for related matters. I will invite the leader to move for their consideration.
Honorable Speaker.
Give us a synopsis of the bill, not for their consideration.
Honorable Speaker, this bill has 37 clauses and is inconsistent with an establishment bill of institutions of this nature. This House has gone through this kind of establishment bills, so I don't think it is something new to the House.
Thank you.
So move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 37, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 10, clause 10 to 20, clause 20 to 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, the shadows, memorandum, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The second bill to be considered is for an act to repeal National Honors Act, Cap N43, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and for Nigerian National Merit Award Act, Cap N122, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and enact the Nigerian National Honors and Merit Award Commission to, among other things, provide for establishment of a commission to regulate matters related to National Honors and Merit Award in Nigeria and for related matters. It's also standing in the name of the leader. Please, the floor is yours to give us the synopsis of this bill.
Honorable Speaker, this bill contains 26 clauses. It's a repeal bill in against the existing provision where the national honors is domiciled under the office of the Minister of Special Duties. That this bill is requesting that we establish a separate commission because of the load in the process of granting national honors. And I think this bill is just trying to establish a commission that will look into these things carefully.
Thank you, Leader.
Move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader. The question is that clauses 1 to 26, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this document. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 26, the schedules, explanatory memoranda, the long title of the bill. The third bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act and provide for establishment of Federal Medical Center Kumo, Gombe State, and for related matters. It's also standing in the name of the leader. Leader, please give us the synopsis of this bill.
Mr. Speaker, this is just a normal thing that we need to complete the rituals in establishing this kind of institution. The agency, the institution is already in existence. You're just trying to give it a legal framework. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. A straightforward synopsis. Honorable colleagues, the question is clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The fourth bill to be considered is an act to establish Petroleum Training Institute, Ibiano, Akwa Ibom State. Again, leader, give us the synopsis of this bill.
Mr. Speaker, this bill has 16 clauses with supplementary provisions in the bill. There is an existing institution in Delta State. This is a private member bill, and the member felt that it is desirable to have another institution because of the need of that to cover that industry and the sector. And I think it's desirable if we can have additional number because of the content of what it will generate. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I'm really enjoying your synopsis. I must say that. I'm really enjoying your synopsis. Quite refreshing, quite enlightening, and sounding from a knowledgeable point of view. I commend you. You are really acting well in the position of a leader. Honorable, that is by the way. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 16, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 16, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The fifth bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 2022 to establish the Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Science, Isoko Delta State. Leader, it is also for you to give us the synopsis.
Mr. Chairman, it's just to complete the natural rituals of the Parliament. It's an amendment bill trying to give a legal framework of an additional established institution.
Thank you, honorable colleagues. The question are clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this enactment. Clause 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The sixth bill to be considered is for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital to Benikuru. Leader, please give us synopsis.
Mr. Chairman, this bill has 19 clauses, but this bill is it has some special history within the Parliament, within the two chambers. The two chambers considered these bills, but somehow, if we go back to the archives, the bill was a bit stepped down, but later on, from the instruction I've gotten from the leadership of the two chambers sat down on this bill and displayed their magnanimity that let them allow this bill to go through, so that at least it will give a heads-on on the private member bill that has provided this bill on the two chambers, so that to recognize these legislative efforts.
Clauses 1 to 19, explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 19, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The last bill to be considered, which is the seventh bill, is for an act to repeal the Nigerian Shippers Council Act Cap N133, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the Nigerian Port Economic Regulatory Agency Act 2025 to provide for economic regulation of port services and for related matters. Leader, please synopsis.
Mr. Chairman, this bill has 53 clauses and 3 schedules. This bill was passed in this House, sent to the President for his assent, but the President, in his honor and in his own acceptance of the efforts of the National Assembly, returned this bill, making an observation so that this bill can be refined, redefined, and be returned to him, making an observation on the revenue issue and the taxes, which were already captured in the tax reform bills. And that's why the committee worked on it, removed what is undesirable in the bill, and it is today represented for the Parliament to pass it.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
the position, Mr. Chair.
Awesome presentation. Awesome. Even those who are not aware of the bill before, with your presentation, they'll have a historical background on the bill. That's awesome. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 53, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title be made part of this bill. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. $51, $52, $53. The shadows, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. Leader, please move that the House revert to plenary to report progress from the Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Chairman, I do move that this House revert to plenary to report progress. I so move, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Minority?
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I second the motion. I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion that will revert to plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary. Honorable colleagues, the House is now in plenary, where the chairman now sits as the Speaker of the section. The plenary has received reports from the Committee of the Whole, and it is the chairman's report that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report on a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Zaria, Kaduna State, to provide for training and research in general nursing, midwifery, and other specialties of nursing and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 37, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. The second report received from the Committee of the Whole is that the chairman in the Committee of the Whole reported that the House considered report on the bill for an act to repeal National Honors Act, Cap N43, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and Nigerian National Merit Award Act, Cap N122, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the Nigerian National Honors and Merit Award Commission to, among all things, provide for establishment of a commission to regulate matters related to national honors and merit award in Nigeria and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 26, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the third report from the chairman of the Committee of the Whole that the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the reports on the bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act and provide for establishment of Federal Medical Center Kumo, Gombe State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the fourth report from the Committee of the Whole that the committee considered a report on the bill for an act to establish the Petroleum Training Institute, Ibieno, Akwa Ibom State, to provide courses of instruction, training, and research in petroleum technology, and to produce technicians and other skilled personnel required to run the petroleum industry and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 16, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. The next report from the Committee of the Whole is on the report that was considered on the bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 2022 to establish Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences, Sisoko Delta State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Finally, it is penultimate report is that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on the bill for an act to provide for an establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital, Beni Kru, Warris, Southeast Local Government Area, Delta State, to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry, as well as communities affected by oil and gas operations for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 19, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Finally, it is the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Shippers Council Act, Cap N133, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the Nigerian Port Economic Regulatory Agency Act 2025 to provide for economic regulation of port services and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 53, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Leader, please move that the House do adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the reports be adopted by the House as a working document of the Parliament.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the report be adopted as a working instrument of the Parliament.
Those who support that this document be accepted as a working instrument, this report be accepted as a working instrument of the Parliament, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Committee of the Whole is hereby adopted as a working instrument of this Parliament. Leader, please move that the House do adjourn sitting till tomorrow, same time, same place.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House do adjourn till Thursday, 13th November, 11 a.m. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do stand adjourned to tomorrow. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Before I put the question, let me pause a bit to thank the House for all your support and all your encouragement, all your cooperation in making sure that we move our nation forward. And all your sacrifices and all your understanding, we do not take that for granted. Thank you for enabling us to do what we ought to do, and we will always on our side lead you towards the right direction. Thank you for all the support. Honestly, from last week to this week, you've been wonderful. The motion has been moved for adjournment, and this has been seconded. And now I put the question. Those who support that the House do adjourn to tomorrow, same time, same place, say aye. Those against, say nay. The nays will stay and the ayes will go. See you tomorrow. The House is hereby adjourned to tomorrow, same time, same place.